Good afternoon. This is the Town of Harpswell's Budget Advisory Committee meeting on December 15th, 2025. Everyone has an agenda in front of them. Is there a motion to accept the agenda?
So moved.
Seconded?
Okay, moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, that is unanimous. Thank you. We are going to item 3 on the agenda, which is review the following budget items. We're going to start with the fire department's accounts 3200, 3210, and 3220. 3200, I think, is Cundy's Harbor.
You're up.
You're up, right.
I used to get up here because we were the first to get out there. I guess now
It's
what account we're in.
Did they get the
well, it's probably both.
No.
Hi, Jonathan Burbank. I'm president of Cundy's Harbor Volunteer Fire Department, Inc., and firefighter in Cundy's Harbor.
Thing for the attorney, too.
I'm going to start in an unusual way for me today, which is I'm passing around a photograph. I'm doing this for 2 reasons. This is a fireboat rescuing somebody.
Oh, yeah.
In my decades of doing this, I have seen pictures of myself in turnout gear standing around. I've seen myself packing hose. Seen myself in standing in front of trucks trying to smile. I have never seen an actual good picture of us doing something. Okay? So what you have in front of you is an actual good picture of us doing something. This is a guy who fell off a cliff in Quahog Bay in the middle of the night and landed in an area that was accessible only by water. And away we go, and had a great outcome. Which sort of segues into my discussion of the budget. So we're asking for an increase this year from 81 to 89. We, I guess, have 2 guiding principles in our budgeting for the corporation. I just kind of want to roll up one little caveat, which I always garner in the beginning of this conversation, which is the town cycle and our cycle are 2 different cycles. So we're on a calendar year basis. We won't have a real firm budget, so you have our best estimate of it at the moment for next year. We generally do a pretty good job.
Did you just say calendar year basis?
We are on a calendar year basis.
Isn't the town on a calendar year basis?
Yes, but you're asking me for 26 numbers in essentially October.
Okay, got it.
Okay, and one of the things, if you look at the data that the town asked us for, and you look at through 9 months, you'll see we look very healthy in terms of cash balance sheet, cash flow. But the fact is, in the fourth quarter, something on the order of 30+% of our expenses show up. So we like to kind of get through that and see how that goes. And we send out our fundraising letter in December because year end is the time we have the best luck. And so we get an early handle on, how good donation fundraising is going to be in December. So we get more close, I guess is a bad way to say it, to what the real numbers are, later in the month, this month, when we'll really do it. But the 2 things we basically try to do is run the budget on a neutral basis over some reasonable time period. We can't really tolerate ongoing losses, and there's no moral reason when you're taking money from people and the town, et cetera, to run a surplus. So that's the first guiding principle, which is break even. The numbers we submitted for you next year have a small loss. I would say our our estimating ability in this type of time frame is probably plus or minus 10K. So, you know, it's in the noise level of us being neutral. Sort of things that might be important. As you know, we have, when you look at that comparative data across the departments, it's interesting in many ways, but we have a boat, and there isn't one elsewhere in town. It added about 10% of our costs, and that's one of the reasons we're asking for a little bit more money. And the rest of our stuff is, you know, up 5 to 7% on its own, just in regular inflation. I don't know if you want to segue into more detailed kind of numbers or more conceptual, or where do I go next?
I had a quick, I think it's a quick question.
That's-
I'm looking on the one that's the comparison with the 3 fire departments.
That's the,
There are 3 of those, so which sheet?
yeah,
Oh,
which
I'm
one?
looking at proposed budget
Okay.
for 2026. Where was I? Okay. Maybe you just put it in a different area. For vehicle maintenance, including fuel,
Okay. Can
Under
I give a
rescue?
small speech on this?
Sure.
As an
That-
interruption?
yes?
Okay. So some of these line items are really easy when you're the person going from our chart of accounts, which has way more accounts than that.
Of course.
Into these buckets. And so even myself, I'm going to say this, who does it, I can't promise you that I did it the same way last year. All right? So, and I know, and in some ways, I know things for other reasons that the numbers don't flow the way you might think they flow. Let me pick an easy example. There's a line for insurance, right? Well, I also happen to be involved in, we buy insurance as a cooperative through a cooperative corporation, so I know what the insurance numbers are. Well, those aren't the insurance numbers, and I know in my case, that's because I allocate them to the vehicles that they're in. So you'll find insurance for the fire, in fire, insurance for rescue, in rescue. So I may or may not be able to answer your question is the short answer to that. Go ahead.
Should I try it?
Fire away. Fire away.
In one section, it's under fire operations, the vehicle
Yep.
maintenance is
Yep.
roughly the same for the 3 departments. Then we get down to rescue operations, and yours that I see is 21,000. Are we looking at the same numbers now?
Yes.
And the other 2 departments are in the $5,000 range, so I was just curious.
That's because it contains 2 3-year maintenance agreements for striker equipment that are large numbers. One of, for the life pack, which is a piece of equipment on the ambulance, and for the stretchers.
Okay.
So you can net out, I think, 12 from that. You'll get close to what we spent.
Okay.
So those are
So-
all paid up front. So we
Paid up front, so it's here.
So
This
next
is-
year, we'll see 0 for those particular items?
It
Yeah,
will be
yes.
decreased by a significant
Yeah,
amount.
so
Okay.
I guess I didn't say that up front. So the way that this town form shows up, it really is begging you to act on a cash basis, right? Because we're netting capital at the bottom. So this is not GAAP accounting. This is our cash basis books,
Okay.
which we consider the way we run the fire department, because basically, you know, it's cash in and cash out, and if they don't balance, I don't care what happens on your tax return. So that's the difference on that.
Okay.
That cost probably wouldn't have been incurred by anyone else, or they incurred it in a different
Do you
period.
have an idea of what that cost is? Is it
I think it's 12.
$15,000 more?
12-ish.
I think,
12,
well, it's
okay.
13 in round numbers.
Okay, 13, all right. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Linda?
Oh, sorry, Mackin.
And I mean, so, again, so, like in fire operations under vehicle maintenance, right, we have the boat in there. right?
Yes, you do.
We have less equipment than other people that's like rolling stock down the road, but the cost of the boat is sitting in that, because there's no line called boat. So we would normally be, without the boat, we would be lower because we got
Right.
less.
So that's
less-
because
less-
that's a rescue vehicle.
Right.
Right. It's in the rescue operations, right? Makes
Is that where
sense.
the boat is, in rescue or in fire?
No, rescue, the boat is in fire.
The boat is in fire, I thought
Oh,
that's what he said.
oh,
Yeah, it's in fire.
okay.
Where is that? It's in
It's in vehicle
ma- okay.
maintenance.
So you already talked about 12,000. Did you want to give them an idea of what the boat maintenance cost was that's in here?
The ongoing maintenance is, because it's not yet year end, and I haven't seen the bills yet for putting it away and fixing it, which happens over the winter. It's probably 10K. That's my current guess.
Okay. John, could you comment on sort of on the capital budgeting a bit, just your outlook on?
Okay, so
we've talked
we,
about-
we,
Let-
and I
let
think.
me- Let me finish my
Oh,
question.
sorry, I didn't-
We've talked about fire trucks and just
Yeah.
the incredible
Yeah.
weight, that sort of
Yeah.
thing. I'd be interested to get some perspective today from that. And could you just define for me, and others may know, SCBA,
Okay, those are air packs.
air packs?
Self-contained breathing apparatus. It's what you put on, you see a firefighter with a tank on his back
Sure.
and a mask on his face.
Kind of scuba.
It, well, it's no you in it, but it's the same principle. It's provides clean, breathable air in an environment that is inherently hostile to humans breathing.
Yes.
And in 2026, you need 27,000 there, and it has 3 times. Does that mean it's going on for the next 3 years?
Yeah, so we've reached, these SCBA's are NFPA and UL certified type product, because they're life safety. There's a whole bunch of other certifications they gotta have, but anyway, and they have a life cycle, I guess is the right way, of approvals. And we and OBI, and I don't know the situation in Harpswell Neck, but we and OBI are reaching the point where we have to go through a big purchase plan to be off our current inventory by 2027-ish.
And how far will 27,000 carry you toward that goal?
1/3.
1/3. Great.
So you're not,
We
you're not gonna
can't-
make
we
it by
can't-
27,
we-
it sounds like.
Yes, we'll make it.
Oh, okay. Maybe you don't have to do all of them?
The way our packs are distributed, so let's back up a little bit on firefighting. So to go into an inherently dangerous to human atmosphere, you need a group of 4. It's called the 2-in, 2-out rule. So our primary trucks have 4 packs plus a spare is 5. So we have 2 certified engines, so it's 9, and we carry 2 in sort of the go to the CO calls, because sometimes you got to pack up when you have a CO call. So we have 11, and we maintain 1 spare on top of that. So we need to replace 12 packs at round. I mean, the manufacturer's new standard is showing up in March. They haven't priced those packs, but a good guess is probably going to be at 8K each, 8 or 9K each.
Yeah, because you're looking for, you had 6,000, and you're looking to increase it by 27,000 for the next 3 years.
That's correct. Which should be, I mean, I haven't seen so on the outlying years, I haven't seen the pricing, the actual pricing of the product that you're talking about buying, but we roughly carved it up in what we thought was going to be thirds, less a little bit, we'll get for selling our existing packs to some poor person in South America or somewhere.
I see. So returning to my capital budgeting,
Yeah.
what is your perspective on the long-term replacement cycle that we've talked about in prior meetings?
Well,
Mackin, can I ask the
about
clerk?
vehicles?
Are you talking about vehicles?
I can do the vehicle,
No,
I can do the
Or
vehicle
later.
plan right now if you want to
Well,
switch to that topic.
I
but-
defer to our chairman.
Okay,
We're going to do vehicles in a whole nother item.
Well, you're going to get me to do it, so you make your own choice. Make your own choice about whether you want me to do it right
Can you-
now or
I
later.
think I'd like to stick to the agenda.
I'm all good with that.
All right, so we'll get that question next.
So in our capital planning cycle of non-vehicle stuff,
Yeah.
basically the item that we're running against is the SCBA replacement plan. And that's going to dominate our capital expenditures over the near/medium term.
Okay.
Is that boat currently equipped with a FLIR? That's night vision.
That's correct, and no. We're trying to find a way to fund that outside of our own capital plan, which probably is not going to support it. So we're working on grants, and, there are other ways, there are other, avenues, I guess, the right way to say, to ask for money, and we generally try and do that. And we'll probably, to be fair, apply for grant funding for the SCBA's, but we don't do well in grants, just as the criteria they have of who they consider, poor and in real need.
Is that 15,000 that you have for that boat fit out, is that primarily the FLIR?
No.
FLIR, however you pronounce it.
No.
No.
So as we've gotten some operating experience with the boat, we continue to find things that we would like it to be better. Not the actual boat, which is terrific, but basically, I don't know if you want like a real world example, okay? So the instrumentation on the boat, when we got it, relied on the GPS for compass data, which is great if anybody, if you're a boating person, it's great. You're moving at 10 knots, 12 knots, 20 knots, 30 knots, pretty good data, right? But if you're pulling out in the dark, in the middle of somewhere, you have 0 reference points, and you're going 0 miles an hour, the data is junk. So you have no idea which direction your bow is actually pointing. So one of the things we did this year is we put an electronic compass on it to solve that problem. So that's like an example of the little things that, operational experience has given us that have resulted in us spending capital that didn't come with the boat when it was given to us.
Yes,
You said you were going to apply for grants for the SCBA equipment, and it sounds like for the FLIR.
Yeah,
But you built the SCBA equipment into your 26 budget, but you didn't do that for the FLIR.
that's correct, because we can't tolerate it. So this is kind of
Priorities.
This is kind of a simple math question, right? So take our income statement, right? It has donations; they're very steady, right? It has ambulance billing, which for us, plus or minus a little bit, really steady. We have the town. We're here to discuss that part. And I would say it's an exception this year. I'll come back to it. We have a few other sideline places we get money from that is sort of regular but small, and you get there, right? And we take our expense plan, we build it up. When we get all done with that, we have an amount that we can tolerate, I guess is the right way to say, right, for capital, and still have our goal of meeting the bottom line, not being a big negative number.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd love to put it in the plan. I just don't have any income to pay for it.
And that's more discretionary than the SCBA equipment. It's not
Absolutely. We're under a legal racehorse
Yeah,
to have the equipment be legal for us to use.
got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing.
But if you're the person in the water that we're out looking for in the middle of the night, you would really like us to have it.
I think we would.
Yeah.
I'll stand there with my torch
That's what happens now.
or my flare.
That's what happens now. We put flashlights and try and find, no, not flashlight, spotlight. Try and
Okay.
find.
And I'm seeing your fund balance is a little over 300,000.
Yeah, so, our fund balance goal is, to be able to operate for a transition period where we're in some kind of transition without getting funds from donations, because I suspect they'll dry up, and from the town, because the likely transition is towards the town spending more money. And we feel pretty comfortable that that's enough runway for us to live through that period. And this is a slight personal note on it, but I'm going to make it anyway since I'm up here. So one of our board members, newish board members, was concerned about the long-term trend of the fund balance. So I went back to the beginning of my tenure here, and this is the point of the story. Fund balance hasn't changed in 2 decades in any meaningful way. Little plus, little minus, but any meaningful way. But it reminded me of how long I've been doing this. And it's time for me, right, to be past my sell-by date.
No. Okay. All right. Do we have more questions for
None from me.
Cundy's Harbor
Thank you,
and
John.
Jonathan?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Appreciate your support.
Okay. All right. So, I'm still jumping around here. So, account number 3210, I believe, is Orris and Bailey Islands Fire Department.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready. Ready.
Kathy Hurst, I'm the treasurer of Orson Bailey Island Fire Department. I wasn't here last year, my first year being treasurer. I was out of the country, so I'm not exactly sure what to expect, but I certainly agree with what Jonathan Burbank said about estimating the budget for 2026 when we're only 3/4 of the way done with 2025. But that the changes are slight. We pretty much know how much we need to spend. We also have raised our request for town appropriation this year, and it's also a lot due to the SCBA. We are replacing 4 of them, and Chief Wallace estimated each of them at $10,000. So that's where that comes from.
They were not in your capital plan.
Yes, they are. SCBA?
All right.
Do you,
I guess the long term, I'm thinking, you're saying that that's why, or part of the increase in your request to the town.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we also have stretched it over 3 years,
Okay.
replacement of these, for the same reasons that Jonathan gave.
Okay. All right, so you're needing to spend 40,000 in '26 to replace 4 of them. Okay.
That was our estimate, yes.
I don't know if I would like to clarify one thing on the situation. The difference in between the SCBA, to use an SCBA.
I think you have to go.
Jonathan, you keep moving.
It's all good. I'm all good. Sorry. So an SCBA consists of 2 distinct components. One is the pack itself, which is one part, and the other is the air bottles that go in the pack. And the air bottles also have a life cycle. And the difference is that in Cundy's Harbor, we're in good shape on the life cycle of the bottles, whereas the OBI situation is their plan is to acquire a bottle with the pack, and that's why their 2 estimates are different.
Thanks for that.
Okay. No, I got it. I'm just, now that begs the question, sorry, Kathy, is it?
Yes.
Okay. Are the air bottles in need of being replaced now, or?
I am going by what Chief Wallace put
Told
in
me.
this, and he says yes.
Okay. All right.
He's not able to be with us tonight.
And he usually is, so.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
The capital equipment is one thing that we find can often be overestimated because of the shifts in what's available when we actually buy it versus when we project to buy it. I've been kind of amazed to see how flexible it becomes, but we have to present it as what we believe
What you
will
expect,
happen.
yeah.
You know.
I had a couple quick questions.
Okay.
This is from your application. You have a part-time employee that is paid? Is that what it says? I'm not.
We're not
You have
calling her-
29 active
Yes.
volunteers. And then one part-time person?
We don't call her an employee, but she's our bookkeeper.
Okay.
Is
Well, that brings up my next
Is that
question.
the wrong interpretation of what you wanted? We don't have employees as a
Okay.
501c3.
Well, you explained it. So you have a bookkeeper.
Yes.
Okay, and that was one of my other questions.
Okay.
Where'd it go? It's, for accounting, it's significantly higher than other departments. Is that, I'm seeing 19,000 for accounting. Is someone
Okay.
per-
I know Condi's Harbor also has the same bookkeeper we do. I don't know if the charges are the same. What else goes in? What else went into the accounting line? Do you remember?
It's more than double the others.
Yeah, I know, but
Oh.
is it just bookkeeper?
The 990, was it the issue with that?
No.
No?
Let's see, where am I? We also put into that, that section, it's 18, right? 18 something?
Well, I'm looking at,
18,850 for the
Yeah,
proposed.
yeah.
I'm looking at,
And so what goes into that is also, we put in $8,000 in CPA fees in case we need to do an audit or something like that. So
you're projecting the possibility
we are,
of an
absolutely
audit.
we are.
Have you had an audit? in the
Not
past?
since I've been treasurer, but that's only since '24. I don't know. No, Christine's saying no.
Okay, all right. Okay, well, that brings it a little closer to the others.
Oh, yeah. We have some bank charges, fire association dues, but those are the two big ones, the bookkeeper and the CPA fees. Of course, we pay them to do our 990, but we have a little extra in case of some other need.
Okay,
Yep.
all right. I guess I'll ask the same question of the other guys when they come up.
Okay.
Okay, and
I'm good.
Dave,
Having said that, the actual year ended 2024 was if I'm reading this right, is
oh,
19,266.
you're right, I was on that page.
So this is basically in line with what it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how that CPA comment audit comment comes in, because that wouldn't
You're right,
indicate an
you-
additional $8,000.
Well,
Right.
if they've been always budgeting for the CPA.
Well, those are actual costs in that 24 column.
So you, okay.
So
in
I'd have to
24
go back to the actual budget and tell you why that is. I don't have that on,
Good question.
I don't have that
Forgot I was
right
on
with me.
24 and not the 26. Okay.
Let's see, would that have been my, I'm not sure that would have been my budget. I think that the 24 budget was done, the year I started, so the budget would have been done by the previous treasurer.
Okay. Yeah, it's showing it as actual.
Yeah. So
And
I'd have to
in-
see what he put in there to understand that.
But you have it built in again for 26. Okay.
We do.
Well, it really looks like the accounting budget is basically going to be fundamentally flat over
Yeah.
these period of years. So
Yes, but,
barring some event. But
right, but I was just curious that it was
understand.
so much more.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
If there were-
other line is substantially more, looking
Other.
26 over 24. What's in the other?
Okay, we're on
The proposed budget? Is that what you're looking at?
this one.
Yeah.
It is, it's actual, and then it has the proposed budget in the third column.
Didn't we have to say what was in the other? In one of these questions? Well, again, I don't have that backup with me right now.
Well, for other in 24, it was 24,000 roughly. And then for actual in 25, 9 months of 25, it's 38,800.
I know, I see
sorry.
that, I just don't have the
You don't-
backup with,
Okay.
I didn't bring those budgets
Okay.
with me, I didn't know that was,
I mean, it does look like.
I'll be
on-
better prepared next year.
It's rising the same rate as ours.
It is rising the same rate, I'm just,
It's a lot.
okay, it's a lot, another, okay. I have to go back to the other page to compare.
Well, 9 months actual to the budget for the full year is that's roughly flat. It's about 50,000 to 53,000 if I annualize the 9 months.
Right,
So
right.
The real question is, you know,
What's in the-
there? What's
what's in
driving the
other?
current 24?
What's in other, right. Well, insurance is another line. Okay. And what is your fund balance?
My
Fund balance?
Fund balance?
Yeah.
What fund are you talking about?
The amount you have, you're, yep,
That's in the 990, isn't it?
okay.
Do you have a current balance for each of them?
Isn't it in the 990?
That says at the end of 24, do you have a current balance for each of them?
I do not have it on my, right now. No, I didn't expect that either.
I just wanted, I think I found it in the 990. It was
Yeah.
around 700,000.
Okay.
Does that sound right?
Yeah?
And I remember a couple of years ago when we probably talked to someone different.
Probably.
In 24, that it was,
That's our 501c3.
right.
Right.
It was, you had a huge donation,
We
which was
had,
lovely.
yes, yes,
yeah, which pushed it up
yes.
close to $1 million, as I recall. Yeah.
Linda?
Megan?
Page
A
11.
couple of
of
questions.
the
Sorry.
990.
I'm sorry.
Page 11 of the 990 has the information that
Okay.
maybe you were looking for.
Okay.
Kathy, a couple of questions. What is your best estimate for excess of revenues over expenses for this year? At the end of year, 12/31/25, you have at 9
Oh.
months of 5,465.
Yes, and like, again, like Jonathan Burbank indicated, there are some heavy expenditures that come in the last quarter, one of them being our stipend fund of $35K. On the other hand, please note that we haven't indicated our town contribution
Right.
in that middle column. So it's hard to say whether, there'd be any problem or not. I'm not anticipating a problem.
Well, I guess the basic question is, will you be cash flow positive or break even about or not?
Yes, break even about.
Next question of 426, of course, it's reversed and substantially. You're,
426.
For your budget.
Oh, yeah.
1231, You're estimating
Mac,
100.
and where are you?
I'm on a page that has 3 columns, starting with actual year ended '24, actual
Okay, I'm on
9
that
months.
page.
Okay.
Okay.
The bottom line is at the end of '26, at this current estimate, you're in the hole $96,000, which is a big number.
Right.
Is that a realistic estimate at this point, or are there so many variables that you think otherwise?
If you look up at the revenue or income
Right.
thing, we are very conservative.
Right.
And we have done better in our, in the past, in our appeals. Again, as Jonathan indicated for Cundy's Harbor, we don't know what to expect in the new environment as far as people donating.
The
And-
new environment?
With Fourth
Let's start
Station.
answer, please.
With the fourth station going to cost a lot of money just to build, and then, of
Right.
course, to staff.
Okay.
The central station,
The central.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which line includes the income off of your asset balances?
We have a other. Other is the income that we count in our budget, which is from a couple of accounts. We get about $1,000 a month.
And that, and the asset balance that I'm looking at here is am I looking at it wrong? $1.9 million?
That's all assets, which
Yeah, that's all
includes the
assets.
buildings.
Yeah.
No.
We don't count we just roll over the interest from that account and back into it. We don't count it as revenue and income. We never have.
Roughly a third of that is the building.
Right. Is that what's on
Seems like
page
a-
11
yeah,
that you're
seems
talking about?
it's a
Yeah.
Modest.
That's,
amount. It-
those monies are in a board-directed account for the 501c3.
See, publicly traded securities, do you have an idea of what those generally consist of?
Do you,
Gotta get there.
we met
Sorry, it's that Form 99.
I know, I'm getting there. I know.
what's,
Got it,
What's the
right here.
composition of the portfolio? Is it a bank account? Is it CDs?
why,
Treasuries? Yeah.
why do you want to know this?
I'm trying to reconcile the amount of income I see on that other line to,
Okay, we don't count the proceeds of that fund as income. We roll it over. It never shows
that
up.
was my
So
question.
you never
Okay.
touch it, is what you're saying?
Yes. It rolls over,
The-
and so far, the board has not decided to use any of it.
And it's about 12,000 a year, is that what you just said?
12,000 comes from some other bank accounts that we do use
And you do
for,
okay.
yes, $1,000 a year.
Okay, and that's the other,
Yes.
yeah. No, I'm not on the right page anymore.
Linda?
Yes, Megan?
Kathy, returning to my question, though, the 96,000
Yes.
deficit, which you're estimating here,
Yes.
give us a sense of your confidence that this will zero out as the year progresses and these various numbers come? Or is this something that you're fairly confident you're going to have a $100,000 loss next year?
No. I look at what we that we do get
Right.
donations, and we do very well in our fundraising activity, in our appeals.
Gotcha.
And not sure,
Of course
like
you're
I
not.
say, in the environment in which has changed, but we're all going to learn how that is affecting our ability to raise money.
All right. So I take that, not put words, but you have reasonable confidence you're going to zero out that 96,000 as we go forward. Good.
The other thing to understand about that, and that's what I was explaining a little before, is that the cap expenses, probably will not all get
Yeah, you
spent
can move them
in
here
that
and
year.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There'll be decisions and situational and conditional changes that
Gotcha.
will cause us to do that as well.
Good, thank you for that.
Sure.
Sorry, making notes. Any other questions?
I'm fine. Good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kathy.
Thank you very much.
If you want anything afterwards, we talked about how the breakdown of what's in the other and stuff. If you, let me know if you want me to send you that.
Well, it's a pretty big number. I have to look at the other. Now, where am I? Yes. Okay, no, that would be interesting to know, I think. Probably different groups have different,
Probably.
different
you
others.
know, Yeah. I think your categories pretty much cover, what we do under the Emergency Services Agreement to provide fire and rescue.
Oh, I know I had one more question. So,
I didn't.
I'm sorry, I did have one more question, but I got,
Yeah.
for 2025, the town contribution is blank. Does,
Right.
and then right below that, on our chart, it shows that 82,000 was budgeted for that. Is that
Correct.
included in the bottom line, that 82,000?
No.
So.
Because I was only counting the numbers that we had at that
At
time.
at 9 months.
I didn't want to confuse things,
Except it, except it confused me. So the number at the bottom,
Yeah.
the 5,465 would be increased by 82,000? You
Yeah.
have that money now, right? Okay. Is that correct?
We've
You
issued
sent
the
it.
check.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so plus 82 down there. But I know the actual is not complete because about 30% of your expenses come in around now, just like Cundy's Harbor said. Is that,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
you've got some big things coming.
Heat goes up, all that stuff, yeah. Did you have a question?
I was gonna ask about the 82,000, so.
Oh,
Maybe.
great minds. Okay. Thank you. Are we done with this? Thank you, everybody, for your good questions, and thank you, Kathy, for answering. Harpswell Neck, is Dave or Dave? Which one of you?
Both of us. Dave's doing the capital part of it. I'm doing the
Okay.
current part of it.
So your request is flat, I believe. Is that right, Dave?
Yeah.
Oh, introduce yourself, I'm sorry.
Oh, I am David Luce. I'm the treasurer of the Harpswell Fire Department.
Fire Chief Dave Mercier, Harpswell Neck Fire.
Okay.
You know, we've stayed level because we haven't needed to go up.
Okay.
I will approach one thing because we've been asked by other companies. Why in '24, we had fund activities of 97,000, and we only put in 85 this year. In that year, you're always taking a guess as to what you're doing, But in that year when we had 97,000, we had two very large donors.
Right.
And in billing income from our ambulance runs, you never know when you're going to hit that year when all you've got is lift assist, of which you get no money. You don't take them to the hospital, no pay. In a couple of years in the past, we've had a ton of lift assists, put them back in bed. And that's why, so, you know, our figures have jumped all over the place, but we have got enough money to pay our bills on a current basis, and David can answer anything that deals with the capital expenditures.
Before you, and I'm sorry, I
Oh, that's all right.
apologize. I wasn't on the right page when you were talking. You were talking about fundraising activities, or I also noticed donations are,
The fundraising activities, that most of that is our annual appeal.
which, like
Just-
others, is going out now, or
It went out at the end of October, yeah.
I can give you an estimate. Currently, on our annual appeal, as of the end of November, we've collected something in the order of $65,000, with a projected budget revenue of $85,000.
Yeah.
So we're running, currently, we're running substantially less than anticipated. As been pointed out, it's a dynamic number. We pick a number from year to year and see where it falls. So sometimes, even in the last month, we're fortunate that we may get an increase receivables, but currently, let's say we're just shy of 70,000 projected.
Linda?
yes, sorry. I'm sorry you have to keep getting my attention. Mackin.
Okay. Wait.
Or
Could you just explain what's driving the big jump in utilities, including heat?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand the question.
There is, on this line here, you're a big number jumping number on utilities, including heat for facilities, going from 7,524 to an estimated 21,000 for next year. What's behind
Right
that?
here, David.
well, the 9 months might,
No, I'm comparing 24 against 26.
okay.
Full year, it's a big jump.
Yeah, it is a big jump.
Is that just a possible mistake, or is it,
I'm not familiar with that number.
okay?
That's Dave number one's
And
bailiwick.
it could be, but the thing is, Lisa had that program where it all transferred over your numbers to the proper, our numbers to the proper thing. And so I'd maybe have to go back and look and see in utilities, was there something else?
There must be something else, or it's a mistake.
Yeah.
too.
So it's,
Well, there's no number for maintenance. Maybe that got messed up. Is that?
Looking at my P&L for the end of September, our budget's indicating 5,000 for electricity, 6,000 for propane, and 10,000 for repairs and maintenance. And that's where the 21 was arrived at.
So repairs and maintenance, which
Was
are
10,000.
are periodic,
Right.
yeah.
And what was the date on that?
This was as of
It's of
September
September.
25, ending of September 2025.
Okay, so it got put in the wrong column.
So
Yeah,
10 is
that
really
10
a
should be-
maintenance
should be
number.
Down to the
Yeah.
maintenance
Yeah.
line,
Yeah.
probably.
Okay, good, that answers
That
it,
makes
thank
that
you.
number very high.
So that may
Does.
be, that's why
yeah, that would make it fine once,
Makes the 21.
yep,
Yeah.
brings it right down.
Is there
Okay.
some unusual maintenance required this year versus previous years? That's a pretty good jump.
I'm not sure how that number was arrived at. I'm not anticipating that. We currently are running 5 propane heaters and 2 heat pumps. So some of that may be contingency. If something happens to one of those heat pumps, it could be a substantial number, so we may be running a bit of a maintenance contingency for that. They're 3 years old, I don't know what, I don't anticipate their failure, but those are things that are unexpected.
I know all about it.
Now, your request for the town contribution hasn't changed, but if I look at the bottom line, it shows 75,000 in the hole. How do you reconcile that thinking?
That's if we spent everything that we've put down for the year 25, we spent it before the end of the year, we'd be in that, but we're not going to
So
do.
you have some discretion?
Oh, yeah.
The timing of some of the.
We just put all 2025 expenses, capital expenses that we hadn't done yet in, but we more often than not keep moving 1 or 2 up and up and up and up.
So would your best guess as the treasurer be that third column is somewhere around 0?
Pretty darn close.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so capital.
Linda?
Oh, sorry. Jane?
You didn't have to buy any of the breathing equipment that the other 2 stations had to purchase?
The SCBA?
Yes, I did. I currently have 12 air packs and 2 bottles for each for 24. Those bottles, I'm going to be replacing 6 or 8 within the next couple of years. So I've been staggering the purchase of those so that they don't all expire in the same year. So, yeah, I'm looking at 6 bottles at 2,000 apiece, roughly, over the next 2 years. But the way the rules work is the bottle has an expiration of 26, but it can be used one time in 26. It can't be refilled. So I've tried to stagger them such that if it doesn't get used, it'll give me a year to put that into the next budget to push these out, because they are a major expense, and I'm going to end up, before it's done, as I indicated, replacing 24 of these. So I've tried to move them along incrementally.
If you had to replace 24 of the complete SCBA units, what would that cost you today?
They're running 5,000 to 7,000 apiece, Mike.
Eight.
100,000?
So $8,000.
They haven't announced pricing, as I said.
96.
Per?
8K per.
8K per, okay.
That's for the pack.
So
That's not including bottles.
It
That
would be
does not include the bottles.
That's correct, so you get the 10, which is what the OBI number is, which you put a bottle in there.
Right.
And the way it works is, as Jonathan pointed out, the NFPA comes out with a standard, and when they move that standard up, they will tell you what series SCBA's are no longer acceptable for the fire department. That doesn't mean those SCBA's couldn't be used, for example, by a sewer district or a water district that had to go into a manhole to do something. They're not suitable for the fire service. So currently ours are a 2016 vintage SCBA, and we are still under the current standard, we're good. And hopefully we'd like to get maybe another cycle of NFPA before we reach that. But at some point, my personnel numbers have dropped considerably. So I'm also in an effort to downsize the number of units that would be required, simply because I don't have the people to wear them.
Thank you.
That's an interesting. So are you taking advantage or the need for the town employees to help more? Am I saying that right?
currently the coverage is working out really well for us.
Okay.
Uh,
Using, and there are 2 or 3, 2, 24/7.
No,
No, 12.
6 AM to 6 PM, 7
Okay.
days a week. Not
We
not in
also
the
have
night.
per diems that make it, that we have them on the weekend also.
Yeah, we cover 2 firefighters from 6 AM to 6 PM, 7 days a week. We don't provide the municipal firefighters overnight. It's 6
Don't
AM to
have any
6
fires
PM.
overnight.
I
Well, no,
currently,
that's, you just asked about municipal coverage. We
Okay.
have the volunteer system
Ah.
in place for those time
I
periods.
currently have,
Saying he's,
I have 2 on duty, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then the remaining days that they're at OBI.
okay.
So I'm operating on a roster of 7 firefighters right now.
Okay.
But I have very good turnout. We had a recent serious structure fire just down from the fire station a month ago, 4 o'clock in the morning. And I was able to roll out 5 of my 7. And with the assistance of the municipal and OBI and Cundy's Harbor, we were able to stop that fire relatively quickly and confine it to the room on the 2nd floor. So with the mutual aid and the crew I have that are we have over 200 years' experience with the crew I have, where we can be very effective.
Do the quick math,
And municipal firefighters can be called in for an event in the evening if needed.
if needed, okay. Okay.
And Mike responded on that particular fire. Mike did respond on that. It was a time when there was no coverage at OBI because of 4 o'clock in the morning. It was that window of no coverage. But Mike did respond from his home and was an important part of the crew that day. So the system is working very well.
Okay, good, good to hear. So back to, I think it was Mackin's question about the bottom line here for 26 being negative. What, it looks like that kind of goes with your capital expenditures, that difference.
Yeah, I
You're
mean,
just-
we're not gonna spend all of that
Okay,
to be in a $75,000 hole. We've never done it before, and we're not gonna do it now.
okay,
Right.
okay. Did I understand that Dave Mercier was going to talk to us about the capital expenditures?
You mean the
No,
vehicle?
if there are any questions,
Oh, if there were any questions, okay. Fine.
you don't wanna make this longer than normal.
I thought we were doing pretty well.
As far as our revenue, our ambulance billing revenue, we had a projected billing of 130,000, and year-to-date, we billed 127. We've written off 56,000, so we have a net recovery of 71,000 with a budget revenue of 75. So we're
Right,
We're-
right about where you thought.
we're tracking really well. If with the generosity of the town, and if our begging letter is successful again, we'll be coming right in on our target revenue.
Good.
Okay. Any more questions from this
No.
group? Thank you, Dave and Dave.
Thanks.
Welcome.
So, emergency vehicles account, 9,200, and I know Mac and.
Thank you.
Let's get this.
Thank you, Terry.
All right. Everybody got it? Got a
Where are
copy?
you?
I have capital reserves, okay. Yep.
It's emergency service vehicles, is that right?
Yes, this, what was handed out replaces what was in your book.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to see what they
Huh?
had. I don't know if you want to see what they had or not.
No.
Well, I mean, I know, I don't need a chart for this.
They have one,
There it
they have
is.
brush truck on it.
I know, I know I know what this is.
Okay.
You're living this.
Please go ahead and start.
Okay, so I'm just going to start with a little reminder that we do not have a municipal water system, which
Dry
means,
hydrants.
which means that we have a large fleet of vehicles, because to go to a structure fire, we're going to take 3 engines, 4 tankers, an ambulance, and a squad truck. So you don't have the full inventory in front of you, but that's, in addition, for the rescue service, we have 3 ambulances. So this kind of moves in waves. So the wave we're in right now is we're replacing our, what are called squad trucks. And these are two very old vehicles that we have had in the plan to replace already, and we have struggled to get it done. So we're planning to get it done real soon now. This next wave is the 3 ambulances all end up at about the same time in 2029. The issue we have in the way we fund emergency vehicles is that we need to have the funds appropriated before we order. So what this plan in front of you does is kind of line them up one behind the other, because there's a little bit of flexibility about the exact end date. So in ambulances, what we have as a strategy is that we assume a 10-year life. That was, Dave's still here. So in the case of Harpswell Neck, we spent some money and extended that life with a corrosion prevention program and gave it 5 more years. But that truck was a new truck. The Cundy's Harbor ambulance and the OBI ambulance are re-chassied ambulances, so they've already been through one cycle of the body on them being reused, so they've reached end of life. So this is just teed up the way they came initially. OBI was bought before Cundy's Harbor, and with the life cycle program, Harpswell Neck will be the last one on the list, and they're just 1, 2, 3, and away we go. Then, so that's the next wave. Again, the current lead time on ambulance is quoted to us as 30 months. So that's why you get the 28, 29, 30 kind of thing, to kind of have a rolling.
Are those estimated costs current costs, or did you apply some?
No, these are all current costs. I mean, we've never in this plan tried to future project
Yep, no, that's fine. That's fine.
the inflation rate of vehicles, because we would have been wrong.
But we do review it every.
We do, but again, so what we do is the best we can do. We go to the vendors, and in the ambulance, we all have the same vendor and the same product. So, we say, what's the current number? And they say, this is a good number. And that's what we use both to put in here, and it's also what we use to insure them, because if, we crash one, we're gonna have to replace it, so.
Sure.
But this number, unlike the fire trucks, which move dramatically over time, this number has been fairly stable for the last year or two. And then, we roll into, so once we get through that cycle, we roll into the older vehicles. The next one on the list is the Engine 7, And then we start hitting tank trucks, you know, again. Now you get much bigger numbers and less certainty to the price. I'm very comfortable with what we're giving you, and you know, now through 2030 numbers are pretty confident in.
John, what's the lead time on an engine?
3 years,
3 years.
2 years, 3 years. It's got to come down. It's
And the
crazy.
ambulances were,
30 months right now is quoted lead time.
Yeah. So that appropriation will have to happen in the next 2 years.
Yeah, so that's why we teed up, that's why the date, so the real date, right, that we would like, you know, to hit on the Cundies Harbor and the OBI ambulance is 2029.
Right.
On our 2019 plus 10-year, you know, replacement cycle. Well, you can't make that work, right? So with a 30-month lead time.
That's right.
So that's why you get them layered the way they are,
Yeah.
which
So,
there's no way, I mean, I have talked to Terry about it, but I mean, there really isn't a way, it isn't a good way, I don't know if Terry wants to speak, there isn't a good way out of this problem.
so Christie or Terry, this year, our capital emergency services vehicle request is $250,000. As you eyeball these numbers going forward, will that have to increase substantially
Well,
over the next few
we
years?
put estimates in that update we gave you today. So we're showing,
what was handed out.
yeah.
Okay, so-
250 in 2026, 250 in 2027, 300,000 2028, 300,000 in 2029, then 250 in 2030. We feel fairly comfortable. They may have to be
Okay.
adjusted somewhat, but as Jonathan said, we feel pretty comfortable with this 5-year plan, and then the 10-year piece, you know, we may have to bond at that point when we're looking at those more expensive vehicles, but we're not prepared to make a recommendation about that at this time. But I think that next 5-year plan looks doable in terms of being able to appropriate to cover those needs through 2030.
And just to make a clarifying point, your estimates, this is the appropriation column, that gears with John's estimate of how long it takes
Yeah.
to actually get one of these
We'll have the
things.
money up front. Yeah.
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 Okay, good.
But then they'll have to wait for the structure or the vehicle to be built. Yeah, there's a period of time.
But we're not, but, you know, town's not gonna contract for it if it hasn't been appropriated in the account.
Got you.
You know, Terry gets to,
Okay.
you know, find good returns for 30
Yeah.
months every time.
We wouldn't recommend signing a contract that we didn't have the money to fund.
I hope not.
And those appropriations are on the same basis, they're current,
Correct.
Based on
That's
current
why, you know,
cost.
each year we kind of take a look at that, but I
Yeah.
think at least it gives you that 5-year
Look,
sense
yeah,
of
no,
where
that's
we're
a good
going.
look.
Yeah, and if there's a year needed, we could use some unassigned fund balance to add to it.
I'm, you know, in the level of certainty about things, this plan and these numbers are in the high confidence level.
Good.
This is what we're gonna do, and it should be, you know, pretty much this amount of money.
And offsetting these, of course, the retiring vehicles have some value.
You would be surprised how little that number is.
Is it, really?
After 10 years.
I think we got, in Cundies Harbor, I think we got 3,500 for the
Oh, my
ambulance
God.
we sold last time. I don't know, Dave, did you sell your old ambulance? How much did you get for it? Remember?
Not much.
Yeah, it's a few thousand dollars. I mean, in some cases, it could be a little bit of a bargaining chip in the sense you trade it in, you might get more than its real, you know, market value, because that's the way the
Yeah.
vehicle buying system works, but it's a tiny number in the offset.
Okay.
The big variable in this is that one of the built-in parts of the ambulance is the power loader, and there is, now again, we're talking about getting out 5 years, so there is some possibility that we could reuse that for some period of time, in which case the number goes down by a little bit.
Good. Okay. Done.
Okay. I don't know, Dave, sorry, we haven't had an EDC committee running for a while, so we just got it back up and running, and Dave is the chair of it, so I don't know if he wants to add anything to what I just said. Okay,
Good.
thank you.
John, thank you.
I have a question, sorry. I think I asked this a year ago.
Hope I give the same
With the
answer.
new, no, I think I asked it in another meeting. With the new central emergencies, whatever it's called. The
Building.
fire
Service building.
Thank you. Are we going to need new equipment for that building too? New vehicles?
You're asking, I'm going to answer this as a person, right? and
Not
Not a
as-
representative.
Okay,
So certainly some of the current equipment is going to move there,
it's going to move, okay.
but there isn't any plan to increase the size of the pool.
Okay.
So it'll just be moved to a more central location.
So, for example, today, the town firefighters run with the equipment that's in the building they're in. And in the case of when they're in Harpswell Neck, they take engine 9. And again, I don't want to speak out of turn about this, you guys, but the plan, I think, is engine 9 goes to the new building. And they run with it from there. I don't know if anybody wants to add
Okay.
anything to that, but that's the
Okay.
plan. That's the plan.
I think Mike
They're not-
Drake could speak to that if you have a
Okay, well,
question.
when we
Yeah.
get to Mike, okay, thank
well-
you.
That's the current plan.
That is what, you answered it correctly. I believe that's the answer I got a year ago, or
I-
whatever it was.
I'm, you know,
That's the answer that I remember.
Okay.
unlike that, I guess I'm want to take an opportunity here in one way. The Cundy's Harbor budget you have, that's going to be really close to the real budget. There's no, we're not
Okay,
going to
we
do this,
didn't-
we're
yeah,
not
we
going to
didn't
do
ask that
that.
question.
Okay?
Thank you.
But,
Yeah.
so, in this plan, this is what we're going to do,
Okay.
right? I mean,
great.
it's just not going to, there just aren't any, big parts. Yeah, you can slip a vehicle a year, right? But, you're not suddenly going to take a 10-year life cycle vehicle and make it a 20-year life cycle vehicle. It just doesn't work that way in the vehicle environment we ask our trucks to run in.
That's right.
Yeah,
In Phoenix, Arizona, you might get better life cycles.
okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, John.
The Department of Safety, 3230, back to that section of the book. Did you already change?
Can I announce?
What are you announcing? Oh,
So, can I just take an off-the-record moment? So, Dave and I started at about the same time, well, he started at the same time, in terms of coming to visit you guys. Anyway, he's retiring as the treasurer.
Thank you.
Dave.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
He won't let me go yet.
I want to go with you.
Department of Safety.
Good evening, everyone. Mike Drake, I'm the fire administrator for the town of Harpswell. This year in our budget, I was able to move some stuff around. So line item wise, we only had an increase of $300. Anything on wages, the full-time firefighters at this time are looking at 2.5, 2.8, somewhere in there, depending on what Terry comes up with. So that'll be the increase to the top line. So theoretically, there's very little increase for next year. There is one thing I need to explain on here. On the protective equipment, 5311, we did go over that by $6,200. And it just comes down to the fact that we hired 2 new people. One of our people needed protective equipment. They were actually using protective equipment from another department, which is pretty frowned upon. So, the increase on that, just for a coat and a pair of pants is around $4,000. A pair of boots is $650 to $680. Helmet is around $500. A hood that protects your ears and neck area is around $150. What else did I miss? I think that's about it. That doesn't even cover the SCBA.
I was about to ask about the
Yep.
CBA.
So you're looking at 5,500, somewhere in there, to outfit a new firefighter. So that would explain why we went over on that. I was able to save some money in the training budget, which really pains me. I would like to see the members going out training as much as possible. But we did need to save a little money in there because of the expenses in protective equipment. And we were able to save some money in the fire rescue accession program, which is for the newer firefighters and the younger firefighters that yourself and the select board was kind enough to let us start the program. It's working out really good. We have one member from that department that's been hired full-time to another department. He recently did leave to go to be a police officer. But we have hired 2 firefighters from that program to be part of the municipal firefighter program. So that's worked out really well. I guess that's all I've got.
Are they in the wages part-time or wages full-time, the 2 new ones?
The 2 new ones will be in part-time.
Part-time?
Yep.
Do we have that SCBA issue for our town employees, Mike?
No. So currently, we use the equipment that's in the fire stations where we are.
Okay.
And as to your question about what will be in the central station, as far as we know, if they can fiscally do it, Chief Mercier has offered to drive Engine 9 from one fire station to the other fire station with the SCBA on it.
To leave it at the new station?
Yep.
Okay.
So since that will benefit a lot of the people in town, that saves us approximately $60,000 to $65,000 in equipment between the hose that's on it and the SCBA and all the other stuff that's on there. So the generosity of Harpswell Neck, could help the town out tremendously.
There are no fires on Harpswell Neck.
Well, they still have one.
I'm joking.
Until 4:30 in the morning.
Right.
Yes.
Well, I won't even talk about the one at my house.
Uh,
In March, and they came, and they were wonderful. Dave's not even looking at me like he knows about this.
Was I there?
No, it was a Sunday. Were you working on a Sunday?
I do occasionally.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And
Yeah, imagine.
this is a great budget, but I'd like to ask sort of a forward-looking question. I know it's always a laudable thing to come in with almost a 0 increase or slight decrease, but in your judgment, have you felt you've pinched a little bit too hard and you're shortchanging yourself for what you really need to do the job?
Not right now, because we don't have the significant equipment purchases that the fire departments have. So we don't have to buy the SCBA. The only thing we really have to buy is protective equipment. So that's by far our biggest expense.
The only thing you mentioned or alluded to my point was training.
Yes.
That could be increased possibly.
No. We're looking at 3,500 right now. So I think for the staff that we have, that's a pretty good number.
Great. Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions for Mike?
Thanks
I
so
do
much.
just want to remind the committee that, today's Monday, so at last Thursday's meeting, we removed $50,000 from the capital plan for the communications, emergency communication system, but for the maintenance agreement, there will be a new line likely in this budget. So 17 of that will move into this,
Okay.
which we already discussed. I'm just
Okay,
pointing that out.
reminding
You don't
us.
see that on there, but that will be added to that.
Okay. You'll give us an updated one at some point,
Sorry about that.
when you have a free moment.
No, actually, it's a good time to say thank you
Okay.
for upgrading the communication system. Prior to the updates, it was absolutely horrible. You try to call dispatch, you try to call, actually, we were at a fire. I tried to call Chief Mercier from the second floor. I was looking out the window at him, and I still couldn't talk to him. So once we get everything upgraded, it's working out very well. We did find a small gap in the north Cundy's Harbor area, the north end of Cundy's Harbor Road. And it appears right now we may be able to strike an agreement with Mike Weber to put a repeater on his tower.
Good.
So I think once we're able to do that, we can actually feel safe. You know, the new radios that we got through a grant, completely free to the town. They have identifiers on them. So if I was able to, if I get injured really bad, but if I was able to keep my mic and just say help, it pops up on their screen and they know exactly who it is and exactly where you are.
Fantastic.
That's great.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, everyone. Adding the weekend shifts last year has really benefited the volunteers and the residents of town. So I'd like to thank you guys for that.
That's great, thank you.
Thanks.
So, Advanced Life's systems or support? Support is 3350, couple tabs down here.
Put the money you were just talking about in this account.
We haven't
Oh,
decided.
okay.
Oh, no.
So
Right.
we might, the piece that Terry was just talking about, we may put in this budget, which would probably make Mike Drake very happy. So this budget is primarily the paramedic
Right.
contract with
Right.
Midcoast Hospital. So essentially, it's a 2% increase. You know, a lot of that cost is tied up in personnel. You have kind of the background support for that program. Very effective, very
Yep.
successful here in Harpswell. It does involve paying for a vehicle and doing that over time, and the operating expenses for the vehicle as well. So I think we've discussed this, you know, year to year, that it's very valuable, and there's not a lot of negotiating that we can do
Right.
with Midcoast Hospital,
It
or
is
now
what it
Maine
is.
Health,
Yep.
actually,
And we need it.
for this piece. And
Yep.
so we do carry some other just very nominal fees for, I think we're still carrying, is this the phone number, the backup phone number? 729-8000?
No.
No, okay, we don't have that anymore. But sometimes there is some maintenance of these,
But it is the backup at Harpswell Neck
oh, that's, okay.
for the, no, we take that out of Mike Drake's.
Do we still have it?
We-
oh yeah.
We still have it, it actually comes out of Mike Drake's budget.
Comes out of the EMA line.
But we've been discussing
That
about
odd
whether
number
we
that isn't-
need it.
The county told me if you take it out, then we're gonna hold you liable if there's ever a problem.
We're keeping it.
Is this that number that we had before?
No, it's not the 7298000 number. Mike or Dave, maybe you can explain it, but if communications were to cease with Cumberland County, there's a direct line located at Harpswell Neck that goes straight to dispatch. And so it's been the backup.
It's a
plan
backup.
here, and so we pay that each month. And I had not gotten that last update that it's a liability issue, so we've never, I think you've used it once,
Yeah, during a storm, we did.
during a storm once, but,
We lost communication.
and that was prior to the new communication system, but still, so it sounds like we will keep it.
Okay. Did we have a new contract negotiated in between 24 and 25? I just was noticing that a substantial difference in the paramedic.
It went up
Contract.
quite a bit last year compared to the prior year.
Right, so
but
that's
this
what I'm
year,
asking.
I think
And-
that's why it's.
And now
holding-
we're on a new
Yeah, but it really is a year-to-year.
Oh, is it
situation.
year-to-year?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. I think a lot of it previously was this whole recruitment retention issue, because they needed to pay these paramedics a certain figure to attract them to work for
That's right.
the hospital. And so, you know, that's a big part of that cost. But it is 24/7 dedicated in Harpswell. And that service will move to the new Central Emergency Services building.
Building also.
Yes, yeah, the vehicle and the personnel.
Okay.
Did
Place
you want
to
to
put
add
the
anything to
boat.
that, Mike?
But you are right, Linda, I mean, it is a 5-year contract, but they just give us the finances yearly.
Yeah.
I'm
It's-
sorry, what?
The term of the contract was extended for 5 years.
5 years, and there's a
But the figure
built-in-
is we have to revisit each year.
We have to redo
Well,
it?
No, we have to get their budget figure each year. They don't sign a
Oh, they
five-year
don't say it's
contract.
going to
and-
be 3% or
No,
something?
no,
Okay.
no.
All right. All right, I think we're done with that one. Thank you. We have 3 or 4, sorry, items for consensus. Is everybody ready for this?
Seatbelts?
No, actually, what I noticed is that the ones we had big questions on aren't here.
Madam Chairman,
I'm sorry.
I just wanted to inform the audience that it's nothing pertaining to the fire departments or
Oh,
emergency.
that is correct. Right, this is things.
They're welcome to stay, but they are welcome to
Oh,
go.
and thank you, and thank you for reminding
thank
me
you.
of that, and thank you guys for coming,
Yes.
and. More than you ever wanted to know, right? No, it's amazing what the fire departments do for this town. That is, it's absolutely,
It is amazing.
I second that.
all these volunteers, and we should have said that while they were still here.
Yeah.
A town that's spread out.
Please put that in the minutes, dear.
Okay.
That we thank all of our fire departments. So we have winter road maintenance. Everybody's, okay, all right, good, we're past that. Harpswell Neck Physical Education.
Not
that place
been able to
real
connect with them. So I don't know if
You
we
want
can
to, why don't we
table that
hold
again
it?
till
Yeah,
Thursday.
table on that one, okay, because we had some questions.
Yeah,
Debt service,
no problem.
we're good.
All good.
Thank you. Capital reserves,
All good?
and that includes today's discussion. Thank you, all good.
And I'm noticing an error in the consensus. If you thought that was your last account, I realized 5,300 you have not made a decision on. Social services.
Oh darn, you had to bring that up.
Do you want to,
Maybe
you
wait.
want to table it till
Well,
Thursday? You have not done that yet.
We have
and
not,
that
I want
the-
to throw out something. I've been thinking about this.
The issue there is Sweetser continuing?
No, we decided, I thought we decided
I
not
think
to.
we decided not to
Good.
include Sweetser. But Dave had an interesting suggestion last week, and we almost started going through it. I had been thinking over this about the weekend, and I understand, this is my opinion, where you were coming from with that idea. What I was thinking about these is some of these services do significant things for the town, like People Plus and so forth. And their needs don't necessarily fall in line with how the town projects its overall percentage increase. And so I'm thinking if they need $5,000 more with People Plus, our population is getting older and older. More people need, and did I understand this was for software to coordinate the rides that they're giving people? And I just wanted to throw that out, that it doesn't necessarily fall in line with the 4.5% that the town is projecting.
I would agree with that, and I would add that I think we had some discussion about eliminating the two agencies that did not file accurate or timely applications. And so that would free up some substantial amount of money. So I think we could reallocate those
And that
in the
was-
direction that you're talking about, Linda, and in doing that, also moderate the aggregate increase from, I can't remember what it was, 26% or something overall. So I think you could accomplish both of those.
It was,
Red Cross was one of them.
Red Cross.
Yeah,
was
Red
Red
Cross.
Cross, was it Independence?
Independence.
That didn't, so that would be $3,000, which would bring it down to about a little more, well, 5.8 thousand.
Which begs the question then of allocate or just eliminate?
Which are you talking about?
About the two that we're taking out and is granting
What-
money, and I think, Dave, you suggested that then we allocate that money we are not spending in those two agencies
to-
across the others, or do we just eliminate it
Well,
from the
not
budget?
necessarily across the others, to those that have made the request.
Okay.
So along the lines of what Linda said, take that money, zero those two accounts,
Got you.
add that to, I forgot whether it was HA or People Plus, but
People.
It was People Plus that has,
so that you can give them all or substantially all that they were
That-
looking for.
That makes great sense to me.
so
sort of cutting the baby in half.
basically, we're taking $3,000 off the list, which makes the total,
Well, you're taking 2,500 off the list as well.
5,500.
who was it? Al?
Sweetser.
Sweets.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, Sweeter was on.
you're right. I didn't do that. Thank you for that. So it's,
That funds almost the entire People Plus.
That's exactly
Right.
it.
Right.
So
Right.
that kills two birds with one stone. I
So it's-
like the
it's-
suggestion.
So your new total is 38,216.
Right.
which I don't do that percentage in my head anymore. What was the last
Terry's
three
got her
digits?
computer going there.
38,216.
Did you do the percent?
No.
38,
It's not that much.
You're talking about the year over year.
Well, we're just moving
Yeah,
numbers
the
around.
percent change. We're not actually moving, we're eliminating,
I know.
yeah,
But
okay.
basically, we're
It makes,
moving,
it
we're
makes.
moving money around.
it- Reapportioning, thank you.
Yeah, 9.7.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep, 9.7%.
Over the, it had been
I'm
26%.
fine with that. That's.
I am too.
You know, that's,
Okay, so we're good with social services with those changes.
Yeah.
Right.
So the changes are no appropriation for Independence, Red Cross, or Sweetser. Okay. So,
I just like one unrelated thing, if I might.
okay.
I read through the Curtis Library note again for the second time, and I was just intrigued that 29,000 different physical items were removed from the library by Harpswell residents. I have to accept the number. I have no ability to do otherwise, but wow.
Well, it's 20 books, or roughly, or DVDs, or whatever.
What, I can do the
I'm
arithmetic.
going to say
It's
it
a big
happens at
number.
our house.
There's a lot of readers.
And it's not just reading, it's
It's
their
reading,
tools,
tools, DVDs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
CDs.
I think it's great.
I get discounted tickets to bring my grandkids to the botanical garden.
Or free tickets to something.
That counts
some
using
things
my
are free,
library
yeah.
card, so they said they couldn't do the,
Digital?
the digital stuff. Actually, I do that over digital, so that doesn't even count all the other things that people can do.
you have physical visits and
Right, the physical
lectures
visits.
and
Yep.
everything
My
else
real,
that goes
my
on
real
there.
point is it's the information we've been asking for.
Yep.
Right.
And
Yeah, and they went back. They didn't think they could do it, but they were able to do it, which is
Right.
great.
Do you think they'll supply that on a regular, not necessarily annual, but a regular basis?
If
Now that they know
requested.
how, I don't see why they wouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't know
think
how
it
much
should
effort
be-
it took to
Yeah, I
extract that, so, but
I think it should be in our annual request
Yeah.
on the form.
Well, it needs to be with everybody then,
Oh, it does?
which we're not getting from,
But the fire department can't
no,
provide
no, no,
that,
no,
so-
no, no. You know what I'm saying.
She meant the three libraries.
All three libraries, although,
I don't know why.
Dan, why?
Why would it have to be?
Apples to apples? What? and-
Well, that's nice and neat, but why would it have to? I mean,
Because
Curtis Library is
I-
doing a specific thing that's different than the other two libraries.
But I've had complaints over the years, I'm going to speak, that I have heard.
Sure.
Why are we supporting Curtis when we have two viable libraries?
Because they're providing 29,000 pieces of service.
Right. So, I agree, but never mind. Never mind. I quit. May I? So we are done with everything on our list except other matters. We have to approve December 11th, unless you had more, Megan.
That was my other matter.
Oh, okay. December 11th minutes. Is there a motion?
So,
Okay.
seconded?
Moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Is Terry or Christie, do you have anything more for us? Matt, do you have anything more for us? Nothing. Gale warning today, huh? Yeah.
So for Thursday's meeting, I will have an updated total budget sheet for you, and you have consensus from today's item, and then adopt the full,
Well, we have Harpswell Neck physical education.
we still have to discuss that, absolutely. And I left her a message today, so hopefully we'll connect.
Okay.
But the point being is that if you're prepared on Thursday night, you make your final recommendation, and as this committee knows, and as Matt's going to become aware, they will make this recommendation at this total to the select board. The select board gets the budget, there's going to be the final wage and salary adjustments in it, and if there's other changes that you make, because there's always things that come up. This past February in 2025, we had a quick meeting to update the committee on all those changes that happened through your process, but they start with what's been delivered to them, deliver this with a recommendation, and then it goes from there.
And we meet, you're saying, as usual, early January with the select board.
Yes.
With a presentation of what we have decided.
No.
Get everything from the.
Right. Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Right.
So-
That will not be at Thursday's meeting. It's just budget meeting.
Oh.
You know what else is kind of funny that
Uh-oh.
You want mine?
So I got it. You know what else is funny that I'm greatly appreciative that you guys were willing to move this an hour later. Oddly enough, the only time I had to haul was that first meeting before.
Oh, geez.
Every day.
And we were just talking about
Yeah.
that before the meeting.
Yeah, good thing we don't have tomatoes to throw.
Terry?
Sure, thank you.
Well,
Christine,
you are
Terry?
welcome.
Do you have any idea of when we will meet with the select board in January? Do you have any sort
Tough
of
call.
estimated? Yeah.
It's a little early for
Gee,
that.
why don't we discuss that on
Maybe on
Thursday?
Thursday
Why
we'll
don't we
have a
have
better
some
idea.
suggestions?
You'll have
It's a
some
good
suggestions.
question.
Yep.
We're not really thinking about 2026 in terms of scheduling that at the moment, but we should be.
It's usually the
It
First or
does not have to
second
be a
week of
Thursday.
January.
It can be, is Monday best for this group? Does it
I'm
matter?
indifferent.
What?
I'm indifferent, but I just like
Okay,
to know.
so you're not wedded to a certain day of the week? Okay,
Tuesdays are out for me.
Tuesdays are out, okay.
Yeah, but
Earlier than this.
we met on January 10th in 2024.
It was January 10th, is that what you said?
Yeah, you know
So
why I
we'll try
remember
to
that
do
date?
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
You know why I remember that date?
Yeah, why?
Big storm
Oh.
the night before.
Yeah.
We might have to have a storm date.
Well, we had our meeting, but
So
but we were
let's-
discussing that when we said we presented the town doc. I said, well, there is no more town doc. So
Yes.
anyway, I'm going to say we're adjourned.